You are listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson.
Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast. And if you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. Head on over to youtube.com/hellocupcakeitsme to check out the YouTube channel that is updated every Wednesday and Saturday. And give the blog some love at hellocupcakeitsme.com. And make sure you follow me on all the different socials and check out my book, Carpe Diem Scroto 365 Daily Affirmations. And you can find that at www.cdsthebook.com. So, how the hell is everyone? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it's already June 19th. And to all of you who celebrate it, happy Juneteenth. Yeah, I was actually surprised at the number of places that don't recognize Juneteenth as a federal holiday, even though it is a federal holiday now. And it also kind of made me a little sick to my stomach to realize that those places didn't recognize them or didn't recognize it as a holiday. But, you know, regardless, happy Juneteenth, everyone. Today has been a very long day. I don't know what time you are tuning into this, but at the time of recording this, it is 12:35 p.m. Pacific time, and I hit the ground running at about 5:45 this morning, and this is the first time that I've had to sit down and actually just take a moment to breathe. There's just been so much going on, just like one thing after another, and I also don't understand what's happening, but people are being complete dicks today, and it's just one of those really, do you have nothing better to do than to just be a total asshat? I went to this one store, and on their website they had a product listed for $9.95. In store it was 12 something, and at the very bottom it says prices may vary in store. And I'm like, okay, well, let me just go and see if I can, one, get this item, and two, if they will price match. So I asked the lady who was the cashier, I said, hi hun, I just wanted to know, will you price match your website? She's like, well, we've never done it before. Excuse me? I'm like, okay. She's all, ugh, what is it? And I showed her the website, and I said, on the website it says that I can have it sent to this store for $9.97, but you have 3 of them in stock already, and it makes no sense for me to have it sent to your store when you have 3 in stock already. So is there a way that I could have you price match for this price? She's all, let me find out. Completely out of pocket, it's coming directly out of her money, or her paycheck, or what the fuck ever. And I'm just like, bitch, it don't need to be like this. If this is going to be an issue, trust, I can order it from your website. I don't need the fucking thing right now. As a matter of fact, this is a want. It is not a need. I do not need this item. But I was all, just let me hold it. And she gets on her little walkie-talkie. She's like, are we going to price match something from our website? and was just, then the other person was like completely an asshat, and I'm like, fuck you both. And I I ended up buying it, even though I probably shouldn't have, and should have just had it delivered to me. But I was just, ugh. So all day long, I have run into people that have been like that, and it's just like, really? Do you, do you have no other setting? Does it have to be asshat? So, oh well. I don't know what those people are going through, and so, may they have the day that they deserve, and may they stub their pinky toe every day for the next 7 months. Just as it's starting to heal, just fucking jab that shit really good. So, anyways, that's the kind of day that I'm having, and I'm trying to be a good, positive person, but sometimes things just get in your way, and I'm trying not to let those people be those people and get up under my skin, but damn it, it's hard to be the bigger person sometimes. Anyways, that aside, I if you watched the YouTube channel yesterday, you will find out that I took another class and got certified. So yay me. But this class is actually a gun safety class. And so here in the state of Washington, you now need to take a certified, or you need to take this Washington firearms safety training test thing before you purchase any kind of firearms now. And I don't know if it is specifically just for handguns or if it's for shotguns and rifles and so on and so forth. But I took a course covering basic safety, our basic firearm safety rules, firearm and children, secure gun storage, safe handling of firearms, suicide awareness, Washington and federal firearm laws, use of deadly force, avoiding criminal activities, how to vote out anti gun legislation, and good pro 2A, our Second Amendment groups to support. And some of this stuff I've already covered in like other classes that I've had to take for my peer counseling training and stuff like that. Like my access to lethal means class went over a lot of this, but I had to get this stupid little certificate saying that I can now legally buy a gun in the state of Washington. And I already own a shotgun, but I want to add a pistol to my um, repertoire of weaponry that I have access to. And part of the reason that I want to get myself a handgun is I am starting to walk again. And so, if you've been a member of the YouTube channel for any time, back in 2020 during the lockdowns, I started walking, and I had made the plan to walk from the Puget Sound out to the Pacific Ocean along this trail called the Discovery Trail. And it's a 128-mile walk. Now, I've done 8 miles of that walk once before in 2020. So I started walking March 20th, 2020. And by April 15th, or not April, August 15th or the 20th, I made my first 8-mile walk. And oh my God, I was in so much fucking pain. And it was completely like just random out of the blue not prepared to do this, had no food, no water, no pain medications, didn't have on the right type of shoes, nothing. And we were surrounded by wildfires at the time, so we had um, the air quality was like negative 302 or some shit like that, and it was super hot outside, and I was a tad bit manic. And I stopped to take my walk, and I was like, you know what? I've never been to the next mile marker, because I would always go from the parking lot to the 1 mile mark and then turn around and go back. So I was doing 2 miles a day. So I was like, I want to see where the next mile marker is. I'm like, okay, well, if this is where the mile marker is, where's the next one from here? And I walked to the next one, and I was like, this looks kind of familiar. Well, it turns out that I had been to that one before, just I got on at a different part of the trail. So this particular trail, it goes through like several parts of the town that I live in. And so it was like, oh, well, shit, I'm right here. I can go ahead and make it all the way to the end of the trail from here. Now, by this time, it's hot as fuck outside. I'm literally in so much pain I can't even stand it. And I realized that I can walk 3 miles back to my car, or I can walk the 3 miles and finish the. Well, actually, it ended up being like 4 miles. Or I could, just walk the 3 or 4 miles and finish the trail. So I called a friend and I said, hey, this is what happened. I got a case of the dumb, and I decided that I was going to go for full force Gump on this shit. And here I am out in the middle of nowhere. If I make it all the way to Port Townsend, or, will you give me a ride home? And so, anyways, long story short, I made it all the way to the end of the trail and called my friend called me like 3 times along the way, like, are you okay? Where are you at? How are you doing? And I'm good. I'm in a lot of pain. At one point I was completely numb from the middle of my back all the way down to my feet. And um I now have spinal deterioration, or I probably had it then, but my doctors didn't like catch it. But anyways, it was so freaking bad, and I just kept looking, and I was like, you know what? It's only another 1.5 miles to the absolute like as far as I could possibly go. It's no longer on the trail, but walking through town or whatever to the very possible end of all of this. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna do that. And I went and I sat down for a second just to kind of like catch my breath, and I was gonna get up to go again, and my get up and go got up and went. Like, I literally felt like I was gonna collapse if I put the full pressure of my weight on my feet. And about that time, anyways, my friend came. Um, she pulled up, and I like poured myself into the car, and I just started crying. Like, I had been crying already because of the pain and just like being left to my own thoughts and my own devices, and just having like this kind of existential spiritual moment out on the trail, talking to my dad, and my dad's been gone for several years now, but just talking out loud to the universe and talking to my dad and stuff like that, and just having this feel good boo hoo, but I'm also in pain boo hoo moment, and just thirsty, thirsty as hell. On My friend actually stopped at the grocery store and ran in and grabbed me a big old thing of water. I was like, I have no money on me. I left everything back at my car. She's like, bitch, don't worry about it. I got you. So I was like, okay, cool. Um, so I just drank so much freaking water, and getting out of her car to get back into my car, I was in tears because my legs and my knees, my feet, and my legs hurt so damn bad. And I just remember slinking into my house, stripping off every piece of clothing that I had on, and planting just face first into my bed. And I passed out, and I probably didn't move again for another 6 or 7 hours. That next day, though, oh my god, every bit of me hurt. It hurt to close my eyes. I don't know how it hurt to close my eyes, but it hurt to close my eyes. Just breathing hurt. And so I literally did nothing for 2 or 3 days. And then I got back, on the third or fourth day, I got back up and I started walking again. But that was just intense, the amount of pain that I was in and how far I had walked and how far I had come. So that was March 20th to about August 15th or August 20th. Well, I have now made myself the same promise that that's what I'm going to do again this year. Except for because I just started walking at the middle or end of May, that I'm going to, by October, make that walk again. So around that time, it should be kind of cold, kind of rainy. I'm going to also have hiking gear this time with me. And at the very least, if I don't pack up all of my hiking gear, I'm at least going to do some food and water, and take my glucose meter and stuff like that with me, so then that way I can keep a track of everything and just call it good. But my main goal is to still do that long ass walk from the Puget Sound all the way out to the Pacific Ocean. And like I said, it's 128 miles. Some of that is going through city, and I have no intention of walking through the city. So what I'm going to do is, when I get into the city parts, I'm going to have my sister pick me up and take me to the other part of the trail, and then go from there. And in that part, in one part of the trail, it goes into the dense forest where there's a lot of bear, a lot of cougar, a lot of mountain lion, and I just want to have something to protect myself with. I'm gonna have my mace and all that other stuff, but I also want to make sure that I have a firearm or something. I've heard that there is a lot of traditionally unhoused people along that route now, and I have nothing wrong with them, but I want to also have protection just in case. And I'm also looking into trying to get myself a satellite phone. And so far, those things are far above and beyond my scope of finance. So it may be that I get one, and it might not be that I get one. I just don't know. I would like to have one for the backcountry where I know I don't have cell phone reception, and just to be able to check in with my family and do an SOS if I need it. So there's a few things that I have planned, and I have been going through all of my, what do you call it, all of my gear that I have previously picked up. And yeah, so I just need to really see what I do and don't have and kind of go from there. Some of the things that I know that I do not have that I need to get is I need to get myself a backpacking tent. I need to get myself a set of trekking poles. And I also need a few water filters. Like I have a life straw and a water filtration device, but I also want one that like hooks into a water bottle that I could just like take along a stream and um, filter the water out. And I'm also thinking about getting some like water purification tablets and stuff like that. And then I also have to get food and all that other stuff. And I went to the Dollar Tree and picked up some of that food, like some food items for the hike. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. And just in general, I want to go camping, and I have a few friends that love to hike and camp. I don't think any of them would be willing to do the massive hike walk thing that I want to do, but I might ask them when it comes down to it. And part of the reason that I have chosen this particular trail is that I have friends and family that live on every aspect of that trail. So like my sister lives in one area. My sister's boyfriend's mom lives in another area, and then I have another friend who lives in another area of it. And so all of them combined, I have ways to get from point A to point B pretty damn quickly if I need to. And if I'm having any kind of a medical emergency, I can reach out to them and have them come and help me, or whatever else. So yeah, those are my big goal and big expectations. So I hope that I'm able to accomplish it this time around. The only reason I didn't accomplish it last time is that in February of 2021, I got a kidney stone, and it completely wiped me out and undid every bit of progress that I had made, because I was laid up in bed for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks with that stupid thing. And by the time I got back up and tried to start walking again, I just did not have the stamina to do so. And so now I have been swimming for going on 3 or 4 years now. And I've been doing a lot of exercises to work out my legs and my lower back. And I feel more ready now than what I was back then when I first started walking. And yeah, so sorry that this whole thing has turned into a pro hiking whatever, but that's where I'm at. Um, as for everything else going on in the universe, the only other new thing that happened is I got my ear re-pierced. On my left side, I've always had 3 holes, but one of the holes closed up. And So a friend of mine who owns a tattoo shop started doing piercings again, and we got to talking about how one of the holes on my right side um, just has been angry ever since I pierced it, and has never fully properly healed and whatever. So she had me come in and she cleaned it all out, and I got some titanium earrings, and she went ahead and re-pierced the other ear. It was closed on the back but open on the front, and so she re-pierced it. And God, I forgot how bad pierced ears hurt, because all of my piercings are literally over 30 years old. I got the very first one when I was 8 years old, I believe, 8 or 9. And um that was just done with pushing the earring straight through the skin and calling it good. The I've only had up till now, I've only had one professionally done, at like one of those mall kiosks, if you can even call that professionally done. And that one took for freaking ever to heal. And then all the others I've done just by pushing the earring through the cartilage and stuff and calling it good. Um, so it was painful, but I'm happy to have them all back, and may go back in and do a third one on my right ear also. But for right now, I'm in enough pain just constantly smacking my ear, forgetting that it's re-pierced or whatever, because I can't feel the earring, and I don't really feel the piercing until I like smack it, touch it, or lay my head down. So it's kind of a interesting thing. But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. And I am actually going to be reaching out to a friend of mine who is she just became a doctor, and she said when she was done with her doctorate that she was going to help me revise my book, Carpe Diem Scroto, 365 Daily Affirmations. And in doing so, she is going to replace the current editor. And so she's going to move herself to editor of the book. And yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that, and super excited that she is going to take time out of being a mom and being a doctor and just being an all around awesome person and friend to help me get version 2 of that out. And I need to sit down and start working on the second part of the book. Um, it's it's not a second part of the book, it's a whole nother book that is going to be a companion guide and talking more about, it's going to be a little bit more clinical, a little bit more sterile, and talking about, like, okay, you do XYZ because XY, or you do XYZ because of ABC, and here are some steps, here are some guided meditations, here are some things to help you throughout your day in life with these type of symptoms, and so on and so forth, and just kind of tying it together. So like that way, if you have Carpe Diem, then this other book will work in tandem with one another. But if you only have one book, then it's going to work as the one book by itself. So um and then I also have several other books and novels that I have begun and gotten quite a bit into, and we just need to kind of put them all together. So yeah, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go. If you've listened this far, thank you so very much. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so very much. If you have a topic that you would like for me to cover, please let me know. You can shoot me an email, hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And until next time, don't add to the population, don't subtract from the population, and always try to be a good person. Remember, you're doing the best you can with what you have available to you. Talk to you next time.
Hey you! Tired of mental health books that feel like homework or therapy sessions in disguise? Carpe Diem Scroto is not that book. Written by author Michael Peterson, utilizing his own personal mental health journey, it's your daily dose of clarity, humor, and healing, designed to meet you exactly where you are. Whether you're sipping coffee in chaos or taking a quiet minute for yourself, this book gives you real, raw tools to reframe your day, your mindset, and your life. Unlike anything else on the market, Carpe Diem Scroto blends personal storytelling, practical mental health strategies, and a keep-it-real attitude that makes self-work feel like self-empowerment. Use it daily, share it with a friend, or grow at your own pace. Ready to reclaim your day with bite-sized brilliance? Head to www.cdsthebook.com to grab your copy or learn more.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You have been listening to Hello Cupcake, It's Me, a podcast with your host, Michael Peterson. Please make sure to check back often as new episodes are released bi-weekly. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to send a message to hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And until next time, stay happy, safe, and keep doing the best you can with what you have been given.